Hello, everybody, and welcome to Santiago, Chile. My name is Bennett. I have been teaching here for a year and a half now. I do not have a specific apartment. This is an Airbnb. I am not going to give the tour because it's very unorganized. That's how I organize my things. I just throw stuff everywhere. But today we are going to travel from where I'm at right now in the center of Santiago. We're going to get some breakfast, and then we're going to go to the company where I work, Dynamic English's office. We're actually shooting a commercial today. So you're going to get to meet some of the other people that work for the company, and I'll be able to answer your questions along the way. Two very important things about Chile, okay, in Santiago specifically. One, there is a metro, there's a subway system, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to show you the line that I'm taking from downtown to where the office is. And on top of that, the water is potable. If you want to teach English in South America, there are many countries that have a lot of beautiful cultures to offer. We are now here at the office, right, getting ready to shoot the commercial, and I bought some things for breakfast. All of these things are very important and very common. I went to a bread store just on the same block of where my Airbnb is, okay? There was an avocado. The avocados in Chile are the best, 100%. There's two types of avocado. This is the smaller version. It's a little brown on the outside, but you can see it's still good on the inside, so don't be scared if it has a more brown peel than you're used to. This bread is the marraqueta, and a long time ago there used to be a saying that if you had a marraqueta under the arm, that was good luck for the day. It's like finding a penny, because this was the bread that was basically made to feed all the soldiers in some type of war for the Chileans. And now it's in every store that you can find. And then here is my favorite thing that you can find everywhere. It's an empanada de pino. Okay, I'm going to open this up. So I chose Santiago for two reasons. One, the reality was I was traveling in Colombia, not as an English teacher, just traveling. And the owner of my Airbnb was very nervous about how I live my life, just walking around, being lost. And I think she thinks that Chile is the most secure country in South America, so she recommended I move to Chile. I didn't have any other plans, so I found Dynamic English and started working here. The other answer is I really like working remotely, and Santiago has one of the fastest internet connections in the world. It's one of the best cities. It's like Singapore than Santiago. Now, of course, if it rains, then the internet is not good here. So it can be bad, but also at its best, it's one of the best cities to work remotely in the world, connection-wise. So to follow up with that last question, my favorite things about Chile is the ability to travel and have so many different options within the same country, right? Longest country in the world, Chile. You start at the top, you have all of this desert region with beaches that look like Miami. You also have some of the most beautiful sights in the desert that I have ever seen. I'll share a picture of me with the stars. There's some stargazing in San Pedro de Atacama, and I recommend that you go. And then in the center, you have Santiago. It's a big metropolitan area. To the left, an hour and a half bus ride, you have a bunch of beach cities that are just beautiful to spend time at. And then to the right, you have the mountain range, and you are just basically right next to Argentina. There's so many distinct different places to visit in the same country. And then you go to the south, and it reminds me of Michigan. You have these beautiful lakes, you have volcanoes. And then, of course, if you go down all the way to the south, you can actually reach the South Pole from here. So the process is the same for American citizens as it is for citizens of other countries. It's very slow and bureaucratic. And right now there's a lot of variation in how long it takes. I know some people that have gotten their approval within 3 months. I know other people who have waited a year. Sometimes people just choose to wait. Other people like to come here and start working, but then do it on their travel visa, which lasts for 90 days, which means every 90 days you travel to a new country. A lot of people love to visit Argentina for a week and then come back while waiting for their approval. But the point is, Dynamic English, the company that I work for, is one of the only companies I know that helps with the process and gives you the contract to get your approval for a 2-year working visa here in Chile. That's why I started working with Dynamic English. Okay, next post is going to be of my rough estimate of a budget. And it is a rough estimate for a couple of reasons. One, I don't only teach English through the company that I work for. I also have my private lessons. And then on top of that, I have another contract with the company Dynamic English, doing sales calls, and doing the evaluations to find out the level of new students for the company. So I have 3 different contracts at this moment. On top of that, I started out this year renting a room in a really nice area in Santiago. Now I am living in different cities month to month in Chile, trying to explore as much as possible. So every month my budget for rent has changed depending on the cost of travel to get there and the Airbnb cost, if it's my own Airbnb or a shared room. So there's a lot of variability. And that's true with the classes that I teach as well. So there's not one strict like hourly pay that I have. Through Dynamic English, depending on if the class is 60. It's a good question. I've never been a single female in my life before. So watch the next video. My friend Cassidy sent in a video to help you better understand her experience. It's more expensive in comparison to other countries in South America. If you compare the US dollar or the euro to Chilean pesos, right, it averages out pretty similarly. Also, with that said, there's a lot of benefits from that as well, because even though it might not be the best place to like make a bunch of savings as an English teacher, there's a lot of benefits like the water, like all the different exclusive things to see here. So it's a little more expensive, but it's still reasonable. You can still manage it. And the exclusivity in Chile makes a lot of the sites and the places to travel beautiful.
Hey there, I'm here to help out Bennett answer this question about if Santiago is safe for single women. I would say, in short, yes, absolutely. I've been living here almost a year and I've never felt that I was in danger, especially because I'm a woman alone. I've never done like solo female travel. So I can't personally answer that, but women I've met, you know, here in Santiago or when I've gone to other places who've done solo travel, always felt people were very friendly and open and never felt unsafe. So yeah, I would say overall really safe. When people talk about crime in Santiago, they're normally talking about, I think, things we have in the US as well. So be smart about what neighborhood you're in. That goes for anyone, not just women, particularly at night. Night is when it can get kind of sketchy in certain places. And just be smart with your belongings again.
Okay, that's my day. I had classes. I went to the office that we had for Dynamic English. I was able to eat a bunch of Chilean food. I hope that you enjoyed some of the pictures that I have, because I truly think there's nowhere else to travel quite like Chile. I started this year exploring volcanoes in the south. In the middle of the year, I was in the desert, and I'm going to spend Christmas with my family in Rapa Nui, in Easter Island. There's nowhere else in the world where I could do that. And the fact that I have the flexibility with my schedule and how I work to be able to travel to all of these places, I'm just very grateful. So if anyone has any other questions about moving to Chile as an English professor, please let me know. The company that I work for, I found on the list of recommended companies through International TEFL Academy. So you can just find it through there, Dynamic English, and just contact me. I'll be happy to help.